What's up, everybody? Welcome to your pre-show starring me, Joey Noel, and Portillo the Wiener Dog that's off camera. Tim, are you actually here and I need to move?
No.
Or
let me get a drink and then I'll be here.
It's always the fun game.
I will be here soon.
Okay. Sounds good. Tim will be here soon. Portillo's off sniffing for some sort of crumb.
Damn it, it was soloed.
I don't know what that means.
That means that you were muted for a second there.
Dang it. No, it's not fine. Or it's not a big deal. All you missed was that Tim was saying that he's not actually staying here. He's going to go get a drink. And then you missed me saying that Portillo was sniffing around looking for crumbs, which he, in fact, is still doing. Fun fact, Kevin. When I was watching Portillo this last weekend, he ran out of poop bags. So I went down. I took him down to the store so he could buy them because there's a pet store nearby. And Portillo always pulls to go into the pet store whenever we walk by it. But I'm like, no, we don't need to go into the pet store. But he gets really excited, and then it's really sad when I don't take him in. This time, he was very excited because we got to go in, and he lost his mind. I've never seen him. He gets really excited when it's time for food, but I've never seen him this level of excited. He walked right to where the poop bags were. He's done this before. And then the woman was like, can I give him a treat? And I was like,
oh.
He has a sensitive stomach. I don't know. We don't normally give him things. And she was like, oh, these are actually really good. And I was like, that's fine. He just ate something weird off the ground, so you might as well just double down on it. So then she was trying to be sit, stay. I was like, oh yeah, he doesn't really know commands.
Oh yeah, he's deaf too.
Yeah. And she was trying so hard to get some sort of obedience out of him. And then eventually just gave him the treat. I was you are a lost cause. I don't think I can do it anymore. And then on my way out, I was walking by and this guy parked and was like, oh my gosh, can I pet him? And was petting him. Can I give him a treat? I was like, no. And he was like, oh, I own the pet store. I was like, oh, we just visited you. So we don't need more treats. But anyways, that's what it's like to watch Porty. Fun fact. And then for the rest of the time, anytime the rest of that weekend, if I ever walked him by the pet store, he would pull even if it was closed. I was like, oh, this is sad. But also we got stuff. I got stuff to do. We can't just walk into the pet store every day, multiple times. No, they're going to think I'm crazy. Also, I don't really want to buy anything else. Anyways, chat, how are you doing? I'm excited for you guys to get Gamescast today. I don't really know what they're going to talk about because I don't normally know what they're going to talk about for Gamescast.
Who knows? It's crazy.
I know. Probably games. Wild.
So 8 o'clock sounds good for us.
Okay.
But AMC's not working for me.
It's probably because you have an Android.
I doubt it.
I think that's what it is. Andrew Renee joins us. Andrea took me to a really good sushi spot.
Ooh.
For lunch.
Hey, Porty,
So
you want to be on the pre-show?
Yeah. He's just wondering if you guys have food. That's
No,
the food,
no food.
trot.
I was trying to decide if I want to keep drinking or if I want to stick with water like a responsible adult.
I see you have water.
Drinking.
Yeah, we have
Drink,
sake.
Maybe I should
drink,
start
drink.
drinking.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
We split one thing of sake. It's not like we were doing sake bombs all around.
Yeah, we had the
bar.
equivalent of 3 to 4 ounces of sake each. It was not much.
It was good though. Can we get a Joey shirt? Probably not.
Why not?
Because I don't want my face on a shirt. No, thank you.
What we could do is do Christmas in July, and it's just the outline of your pink hair and glasses.
I don't know that that's really gonna sell.
I feel like some people would buy it.
Let's remember.
I don't know.
That's what we thought for the Kevin's bachelor party shirt.
Yeah. I mean,
And
this
then it
would be
sold
a
out, right?
timed exclusive.
Totally.
No, it did not.
It didn't?
Not even close.
No.
Oh, well,
So
To be fair, I thought that. I was like, this is not a good idea.
Joey, what's your hype level for this dating sim with dogs?
oh shit, I'm so excited. That comes out Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Awesome. Comes
You're
out the same
dating-
week as the second To All the Boys I've Loved Before movie, which means that's all I'm doing.
Hell yeah.
That's all I'm doing,
I
chat.
keep meaning to show that trailer to Alyssa because I know it'll be one of the few games that she'll actually play.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to. It's been a
It
busy
looks
week.
really fun.
Yeah, it does.
I'm very excited.
They got me when the dog kept saying, pick up my poop. I was like, all right.
So
I'm in.
that's what got you. That's what got you.
Stay. I've been loving you.
Taylor Swift, everybody. Well, congratulations, Dolphin Corn. You'd be the one person to buy a Joey shirt. We'll
Hell
work on
yeah.
that.
Wearing this pop.
Yeah.
How is it? I assume
So
you're going to
far,
talk about it
it's
on the
pretty
show.
fun. I haven't learned what everything is yet. Is the problem?
I assume this will be a topic.
Yeah, it'll be on the show later.
Cool.
How are you doing with Lego Tower?
I might be dumb. I might have reached maximum.
man. Got all the Legos.
It's becoming now too much of a chore and not fun anymore. And that's bad.
Did you reach 50 or no?
Yes, I got a
Did you
gold brick.
restart?
Yes, I did.
I'm just mad because they changed the rates to which the lost and found acquires pieces and or bucks.
Yeah, and like you can't like re-roll the pieces. So if you don't want them, you're kind of like
Yeah,
shit
but then
out
you
of
just
luck.
sell them for coins.
Right, but like if I'm gonna be buying it for real money, I want to want the pieces.
Yeah, but then I just get the coins and then it helps me level up faster.
You gotta walk
You
the
know?
walk to talk the talk,
You know?
guys.
So yeah, the pumpkin mug has returned.
It has.
It's fall, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it officially fall?
There you go.
Oh my god. It looked like it was Barrett's head for a second.
I just wanted to pop on to say that I've been playing Madden 20 this week. I don't know. I don't get the fucking differences every year. Like, there's just so little. The only thing that they've changed is like the.
Can we just shock Mike, Kev?
Like the UI for it, and
Did
it
you play
looks.
a lot last year? 19?
I generally like skip every couple of years because I know it's just
Yeah, it's
so
just
minimal every
yeah.
year. So yeah, I think the last one I had was 18.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like the only differences I see is the UI, like the menus look really different, especially at the home screen, and it looks like all ugly and weird and shit. And that's all I can really tell. I'm playing through my franchise.
ultimate.
Sure. Browns?
No, Packers.
Oh,
What?
fuck you.
I love Aaron Rodgers.
Boy.
Come on, man. Guy's a machine. I mean, I grew up in an era where the Browns were so bad.
Oh, first
that
off, fuck you. The Bears weren't anything to cheer about my entire time living in Chicago.
But it was just to the point where Cleveland gave up on the Browns, and my
will
stepdad,
lose.
like growing up, my stepdad was a Packers fan, so I was like, oh, okay, like I'll actually watch a team that's interesting to watch.
I mean, I understand that for having a terrible team. You want to be.
Yeah.
You want to just. You can. I'll give it to you. I'll let you do that.
But yeah, Madden 20.
So cute.
Yeah,
It's
I
fine.
like how it's
Yeah.
just
More,
like
I mean,
watch
Madden's
this.
good, right?
Yeah,
If
it's,
you
like,
want
it's more
Madden.
sports.
Just
It's
pops
more
up.
of like, hey, like I have an excuse to have
Like,
this updated
yeah.
roster
Of course, I
and
customize
do the
mine.
franchise stuff, which I get into the nitty gritty of, like actually like upgrading my team and whatnot and doing the
charging your hot dogs.
practices.
Charging for your hot dogs.
Yeah, exactly, stuff like that. And,
I mean, it's
there
free
you
to
go.
play, so yeah. I haven't explored as much as I would like yet. I don't like how you win prizes and then you have to wait for them to unlock.
Oh, that's dumb.
Like
Sounds like a
already,
mobile
I'm
game.
like, listen.
Nanobiologist cries in Bengals.
The thing, and we'll talk about this more on the show, but the thing I like so much about Lego Tower is that the microtransactions didn't hook you until you've already been playing for a couple of days. And then they're like, you like this gameplay, you want more of it.
This is how you
This is how
expedite.
you buy more money. But they didn't like smack you in the face with it right away.
And this does.
This does.
All right, bye, chat.
Whoa!
Bye, Barrett.
A
See ya.
blast from the past.
Little blast.
It's not back, is it? No, it's just somebody fucking up. Is it back? Did you fuck it up? Somebody fuck it up? What's happening? Is it back? Am I gonna win? Do I need to get pen and paper? I'm getting pretty excited.
You coming
getting
over
pretty
here?
excited over here. I get a pen and paper.
Yeah,
I'm back.
yeah. It's okay.
It's
EA
not
needs
fall
to go
for another
service
month.
with all its worst titles.
It's not fall for another month. I was just telling
It's
everybody in the front office yesterday that I'm sad that it's starting to get darker earlier. I like the summer hours.
August
Yeah.
isn't summer.
Yes, it is.
Don't
Yeah.
buy that.
August is definitely summer.
June, July,
July.
August is summer
No, August is the best part
How many
of summer.
J's are in summer?
too.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean that those are the only two letters in summer.
How many J's are in summer?
No August, I'll tell you that much.
It's definitely summer. Fran, I have a very important question. Is August a summer month?
I see you, Ignacio. Thank you.
Is August a summer month?
Yeah.
Yes, August is a summer month, especially for someone
are you
who
drinking?
lived in the Midwest.
Kool-Aid?
I'm drinking muscle juice.
Muscle juice.
Someone who worked at IGN, remember Kava? He used to call it that. It's actually just amino acids.
Can I
and
smell it?
Yeah, it's just like
It
fruit
looks like-
punch. It actually
yeah,
tastes, you can
it
taste
looks like
if you want,
Kool-Aid.
but
Ooh, it does smell like fruit punch.
It's just
Muscle
amino acids.
juice.
It's actually good. There's no sugar in it. What is this? Just, oh, yeah, we're shuffling. You don't
Yeah.
like it? That's a maybe.
What
I
I like
would-
about Fran is that he smells like the W, and I love the W.
Oh my god.
Smell like the W?
Yeah.
Hotel?
Yeah.
It's funny, I fucking
Ignore the
excuse me,
W.
Joe.
That's not an insult at all.
Do you think the soundtrack to Fran's life is the same soundtrack they play at Expresses?
At Express.
Yeah.
Why not the W? Let that like
It's very
lounge
similar.
music?
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Whoa,
I do
we
need to get
cracked the
back on
code.
my daytime cologne. I actually had run out a while ago.
Wait, you
so
have a daytime and a
Can you
nighttime?
lower this chair?
I'm working on it. I got
Fred,
scoot in.
motherfucking Fred Rivera coming in here with the highest chair I've
I
ever seen,
I
drinking
don't-
his muscle juice, talking about his daytime cologne. God, can you be more on brand? I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
You guys don't have like seasonal and time period cologne? Like
I have Gucci Guilty, and
When
that's
I
it.
can, is pumpkin spice. Other than that, I'm not wearing anything.
That's a terrible idea.
I
Smokes.
do. My Escada collection I usually only use in the summer and the spring.
See? Andrea knows.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It really
yes,
just
you guys are the
depends.
most adults at the table. Of course, you
Yeah,
know.
nobody's going to argue with you on that.
It's you missed the amazing. You missed. I don't think you were in the room either, Tim. Maybe you were, but I don't think you were. But when Andrea dropped on Andy that there's a nighttime liquid IV that Andy's just been drinking during the day. He's like, I don't like this one. It kind
He's
of
like,
makes
I
me
don't
feel
like that
sluggish.
lavender flavored one. I was like, that's the nighttime one with melatonin in it, don't you? And he was like, what?
Oh,
Andy.
I was
oh,
like,
no.
oh, Andy,
Andy,
no. It's sleepy time, liquid IV.
Sleepy time, Andy.
but for everybody in the pre-show, exclusive tip. Dior Sauvage. I think it was...
That's the Johnny Depp one.
It is.
Yeah.
But that's not why I ever... In fact, I didn't know he was part of it. I just, trying stuff out.
Oh my God, Fred.
That one, I'll tell you what, you can't go wrong with. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves it.
I think it's interesting how cologne and perfumes,
Yeah.
manifest differently on different body chemistries,
Eau de toilette.
which is why I've been super into Fleur recently.
Oh, Fleur.
Fleur.com/what's
The
good.
water. Is that, doesn't that mean? No. What does Fleur mean?
Flour.
That
but,
is flour.
But they spell it PHLUR, Fleur.
Oh. Is that French?
No.
That's not.
It's
Yeah,
a made
this is
up word.
brand. Oh,
Yeah.
but there is the word in French. I think.
Fleur in French is flour.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Ignacio Rojas in the chat says, Fran, when I'm in SF, I'll need you to give me some help with fashion.
Let's do it. Let's get him in here.
I will-
We'll get a wardrobe crew to
I
come in.
will finance that production myself. Ignacio and Fran walking around like it's like Pretty Woman in the mall. Do 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 do. He's coming out and like Fran's like.
And you know what you could do? You could actually get like a wardrobe person because you don't have to pay for all those clothes. It's only like if you end up buying something, but you could just pay them.
But wardrobe people are very
They're expensive.
expensive.
He said he'd fund it. I mean, Greg's a millionaire.
No, well, I said for you and Ignacio. I don't want to bring in a third party. I want it to be the Fran
Oh,
experience.
well, how am I going to get the clothes? I mean,
I'll pay for the clothes. I'm just saying.
I
saying.
see.
I want you picking it and choosing it.
so we got to take it
I
to
bet
the
it'll
store
be
then.
8
See, that's
hours
what
of
I'm saying.
footage. You make one decision.
Oh, yeah. Never go shopping with me. It's awful. I hate it. I can't, I literally get to the point where I'm like, I'm going to die. I have to leave. But the results speak for themselves.
They do.
They really do. Jeez.
And wait, why would people talk about August and summer months?
No, I was just saying that like I don't really fuck with August as a summer month.
You don't
August
think it's
feels like-
summer?
yeah, it feels like fall. You go back to school. That's fall.
weird. That's a weird comment.
Yeah, I agree that it's a weird one where it does both. It
Like
straddles
June
that
and
line.
July are undeniably summer.
Duh.
Yeah. August, you're like
You're basing this on the weather or just a
based
mood?
on just a feeling I have in my pouch. You know what I mean?
The coin purse.
The
No,
pouch
it's not
feels?
the coin purse.
Wow.
I don't know what the
yeah,
pouch
you
is
can't
in
say
it.
Pouch is where
It's
your
the first thing I thought
your
you
fat
were talking
flap meets your lap blap. You know what I mean?
Your
I do now.
fat flap meets your lap blat.
Lap lap.
Lap. All right. I get it. It's definitely a summer month
Kevin
because we
knows.
don't have that much summer. You got to remember. Although if you're talking weather, I mean, it's funny because San Francisco.
Well,
it's
weather
more-
August is the only summer month.
I was going to say September and October actually. Because we get
There's
we call
one
it,
week in August.
Yeah.
We call it Halloween.
It's maybe not as PC
I feel
these
like it's
days,
been
but Greg,
sliding
the
over
Indian
where it
summer is a
has
very
hit the
common
beginning of
term in the
September.
Midwest.
Yes, you probably can't say
when you
that.
get a late, it's like late September and it's hot.
The Bay Area always has those.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like that is our summer here. What's up, Kev?
I don't know if this is like an offensive term.
Here we go.
They have to. What do they call it? Indian summer now.
Indian
That's a great
summer,
point.
Yeah. I
'Cause,
don't know.
like,
I don't know if
people
that's,
do still say it, 'cause,
I don't know.
this
It
is how
would
they
be a
call
Native
it.
American summer.
It's hot girl summer now. They changed it.
Ooh, I like.
It
hot
is hot girl summer now.
Why is it
girl
hot girl summer?
Don't know.
Why not?
Ask Joey. Joey!
It's a song.
Oh.
It's also White Claw summer 2019.
These crazy
Never
kids and
forget.
their global warming. Everything's changing.
Everything's changing.
Everything's on fire. Everything's hot. Oh man.
Like if I can get rid of a month, it would be August.
No, it's my birthday month.
Yeah.
It's the best month.
It's a great. Why don't you like August?
What the heck, man? August is one of the best months of the year.
Don't make the rules, Andrea.
Nah, I gotta go with him on this one. August, pretty depressing month because
What?
it is that thing of you have to go back to school. Like
Yeah.
you know,
You have
it's
to do
there.
all your summer
Summer's
reading.
end exactly.
Summer
you gotta put on
reading?
that
What a
stiff
nerd.
Prepare for
uniform
school.
for the first time. The pants are
I'm
on.
not a nerd. I was
We
one of the
never
cool
had to do
kids.
summer reading.
What?
I mean,
get educated,
I
Fran.
had Cornfest in my town though, so it's
Yeah.
not very good education.
Fucking corn fest. What is
Where's
that?
Juliet had Cornfest? You kidding me?
Cornfest, baby.
Now, what did you
Every
say you
September,
were?
actually.
Corn
It's when you harvest.
hustler.
Corn detasseling was a job you did in the
Corn
summer.
hustler.
Now,
Corn
here-
hustler.
Did you ever work in a corn maze? Did they
I
do
never
corn
worked a
mazes?
corn maze.
Yeah.
Yes, they always were out there, and I'd been to them, but like
I had a
never
bunch of
worked
friends
one.
in college
that
who worked
seems
the corn
fun.
maze. I'm sure you a bunch of assholes walking around this fucking maze you
yeah.
got to deal with. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that's fun.
Yeah.
Jackasses, they're all drunk and
So all
stupid.
the high school kids just go to make out. And
Yeah,
get
of
out
course,
their
yeah,
parents'
get it
sight.
on, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, they're
I
just
love
having
that.
sex in the corn. It's a sex maze, really.
Corn, dude.
Sex maze.
Sex maze.
Can you get to the center of the sex maze?
Gross.
We had quite the episode of Internet Explorer today. I can't wait for you guys to see it if you haven't already.
Corn fest.
We accidentally stumbled upon the greatest sport that we've never heard of. That is the booty slapping.
Oh, it's not
championship.
the fake horse riding.
No, fake
There's
horse
a
riding.
fake horse
So,
riding
by the
sport?
way, I'm going to show you this.
Oh, wait, with the
Sounds
sticks.
good. Can
We're
Kevin
gonna
pull
make
it up?
the What's Good Games inaugural. Hold on.
But wait, what was the?
So we were looking at a bunch of clips and we're on Facebook, as people always are, getting recommended a bunch of random ass things. And we got recommended the Russian booty slapping competition. And we're like, you've piqued my interest. Sir.
Yeah,
So
I'm
we
piqued.
looked in and it's insane. It's just people, you take turns slapping each other in the ass really hard until someone gives up.
Oh, so it's a pain tolerance thing.
It seems to be.
Wow.
The What's Good Games inaugural Hobby Horse Championship is going to
Hell yeah.
happen.
Oh, it's a
in Los
hobby
Angeles,
horse.
by
In
the
Los
way.
Angeles, okay.
Yeah.
I
We're
like
going to
this.
bring in a bunch of our friends. This is my plan. I'm going to pitch it to a lot of the content creators we know in LA. We're going to have a big competition. You guys are going to come down.
Okay.
Hell
It's
yeah.
going to be great.
Can you
I got
show
an
it to
idea.
people, Kev?
The Hobby Horse Championship. Yeah, that's it.
So you have to gallop? Is that the deal? Oh, you got to jump over crap.
Oh yeah. There's obstacles. There's all good. We're gonna fucking do this, you guys. It's gonna
This is
be
amazing.
great.
Well,
Look at how serious they are.
wow.
It's fantastic.
That is crazy.
They say it's empowering.
I also had horses on my farm for a while. My
Yeah?
dad jumped horses. He
You
wasn't
know
a farmer.
Kevin fought a horse once, right?
Huh? Kevin fought a horse?
He fought a
No, I
horse.
did not fight a horse.
Don't
you
do
don't
that.
even want to know what else he fought.
No, stop.
Go watch it at Explorers, guys. It's a good one.
I had an idea on there right there, though, is that we can combine maybe the two sports into one. So you ride someone and smack their ass.
There we go.
As
there you
much
go.
as they can
Okay,
handle it, but
okay.
you know they got to do the jumps and
Wait, so what's this ass slapping thing?
It's the Russian booty slapping championship.
Russian booty slapping
it's
Can't
championship.
make it up.
I mean, I know the stereotype is out there, so I'm not the first to say it. They're really drunk over there a lot of the time, so it doesn't
Sure.
surprise me.
I mean, if you lived in Russia, wouldn't
Only
you
in
want to be
Russia, like-
perpetually in a haze?
I mean, I haven't been there, so I can't honestly say. So, but seemingly, there's a lot of nuclear disasters here and there, and things like that.
Not
It's-
nuclear disasters. There's
so
just
last
you know.
week Kevin fought a horse. That's the thumbnail.
Kevin, why are you like mad dogging a horse?
My favorite was
That
when
horse has great hair.
Kevin shared it, but like the I think it was a text from Paula. It's
You know
like,
what I-
what was this about you fighting? What, you fought a horse? And then Kevin trying to explain it
Look
to
at
her.
that hair.
And
I'm
then
gonna
this-
name
this
that
is
horse
the-
Brad Pitt.
Wow,
The
she's
booty
wearing those like slick
Yeah.
leggings, the ones that look like oily.
Tim, you did this for the thumbnail. This is good.
I know.
I mean, look at that muscle definition,
dude,
though.
yeah.
It's a good
Yeah.
looking
You
butt.
wouldn't you'd be
Yeah,
surprised.
She
So
must do a
these
lot
were
of.
the-
She must do a lot of
butt
Warrior
flex.
3,
They
right?
were the finalists. Yeah.
A lot of lunges.
Crazy stuff, guys. It's on YouTube if you want to go
that
and
would
check
actually
it out.
really hurt your hand to slap an ass that full of muscle.
They
Yeah.
slapped real hard.
Right?
Like, yeah, they really
Yeah,
gave
it's a good
it their
point.
all.
After a while, your hand would start to hurt. So that's
Yeah, you want someone that has a little bit more cushion.
There it is. Look at this is the conversation with Kevin and his wife.
Why
Why are you fighting a
fighting-
horse?
Oh, I saw
I'm
this.
not. I had an interaction with a horse in Yosemite. We were both fine.
I actually did see this, and I was like, that has to be fake.
Well, that's just a day in the life of a kind of funny content creator.
All right, you ready to do the damn show?
Y'all ready for this? Did you explain to them
Fantastic.
what's happening?
No, I didn't. Can
Okay.
we? What
No,
can we say?
I wouldn't say that.
Cool. Great.
So
secret
so
stuff
what's
here.
going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, is we have a game to review that's embargoed for Monday. So we are going to start the show in progress, and
Yes.
then once we're going to sign off from you, and actually rather than make you sit through the silence like we often do, and because we couldn't even show it to you Friday, sometimes that's
Yeah.
how it works out. So you have to watch the show on Monday to find out what game
I'm
I'm
gonna do an
reviewing.
intro for the Patreon people, for the Patreon version.
That's what we're doing right now. This is the Patreon version, is it not? Did I just slam a jam it? Because I think I slam a jammed
wow, I
it.
guess you're right.
Oh, when you dip, I dip, and I put my hand up on your hip.
Because there is no Patreon version that
That's when
doesn't
I
have
win,
the pre
that's
and
the
post
song.
show, right? Wow.
I don't understand what's happening.
You don't
I
need
won't
to,
pretend
Frank. You don't need
But
to.
it sounds great.
I like your shirt.
So you have to watch
Thanks.
Monday or
Alright,
listen on
good.
Monday
Is
to
it the
get
Johnny-
the
Johnny
you want to
Barbados?
hear it.
Yeah, it is, man. Johnny Barbados. That's it.
I fucking
Nailed
love
it.
I love it so much.
Ignatius,
Cool. Well, that's exciting
future.
stuff. All right, then we're going to start the show then. So I've been continuing to play Astral Chain, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
It's a damn good game. Damn solid game. Many more hours into it now. Unlocked multiple legions. Got the ability to use my Sword Legion and the Arrow Legion. They play as you'd expect them to.
The legions are the pets or whatever?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I call them pets.
Damn fun game. Really cool. Loving all the skills. Loving all the advancements we're making. It's starting to open up a bit more in terms of like being able to choose your missions and choose the files that you go in. So you go into each chapter. It's called a file. And then there's the main critical path that you can kind of go down. But then there's also a ton of the side things to do the investigations and all that. And they're getting me every once in a while. The earlier ones I was saying last week, I didn't really like the investigation
Yeah.
stuff. It's starting to get a little bit more complex and a little bit less just, oh, stand over the thing and then you see a vision of what happened. It's like a bit more involved of like having to collect a couple things to piece things together of
Sure.
memories and all that stuff. But yeah, it's a good game. Can't wait for more Blue Play. What's up, Greg Miller?
Thank you, Greg Miller of funny.com. I have a question for you, Tim. Yes. I'm surprised stick with me. I'm surprised you're playing more of this. You've been extremely busy lately, right? You talked about it a little bit on Kind of Funny. You've been going through a bunch of stuff, or Kind of Funny podcast. Is this game like Fire Emblem? You liked
Yes.
a lot, but haven't played a lot more.
I love Fire Emblem, but it's one of those things I just don't have the time to commit my brain to it. And I
so
want to
that's
fall
what-
in love with those characters.
And that's my question then.
I will get to Fire Emblem.
Is Astral just like so top level? This is fun, and I get it.
Yep.
That it's not brainless.
It's not brain dead. It's more like it's easier to. I don't really care about the story.
It's
I guess
linear.
That's the thing. It's linear, but it's actually opening up a bit. Like that's the cool thing about it is that I'm starting to see the Nier Automata influence in a lot of it. I think it's the
But you
same
don't have to
director.
worry about what choices you're making.
No, I mean there's RPG elements and there are some things but it's definitely not like there is a story and I'm sure people are gonna like it. I just think it's dumb fun.
Cool.
And I enjoy it for what it is and just being flashy colors and stuff.
I just got the whiff, the W hotel whiff.
you go,
I don't
Fran.
know. Just happened.
Fran, you smell great. It's not an insult, but it does smell like the W Hotel, right?
Strange,
You love a
because I'm
W
not
Hotel
wearing
too.
it.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing the dubs, dude. You gotta love it.
talking
What
about
up,
on the
Marriott
pre-show.
Bonvoy points?
Yeah. Harry? Yes. Love it.
Hours wise, I was curious, like how far in, how
let's see,
long do you
I'm-
think it will last? If you had to
I think
guess?
I'm on file 4. And I'm like maybe 6-7 hours in, and it seems like I'm just getting started. Like knowing that how many other legions, which are the little animal things, are in the game. Like I gotta expect that I'm like not even halfway done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot there, but it is kind of you just keep going and it's fun. I like the pace at which it's advancing and like the different skills that you have, and I'm starting to feel like there's a lot more going on because earlier it was a little weird to me that there was only one action button and then you would switch the weapons and it was just 2 different weapons you can switch between, whether it was a gun or a baton. But now you're getting more, so being able to switch between more than just 2 things, even though there's only one actual action button for the shooting and stuff, it allows you to kind of you're constantly moving. It's starting to feel a lot more like an old school Platinum game. Old school being Bayonetta. And things
Sure,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot, and it's like it's not perfect. Like there are just a lot of like weird things about it that I'm just like, all right, well, didn't like how slow everything got right now. Like let's get back to the fast-paced like
pacing.
action stuff. But when you pull off cool combos and like it has a very similar system to Bayonetta with the witch time, where when you dodge, it kind of like slows everything down so you can come in and combo. This requires a bit more precision than that. The Bayonetta witch time, you kind of have a really big window to just kind of like mash the dodge button and you can kind of just keep going slow. This, you need to perfectly evade at the right time and you dodge, and then it allows you to use your Legion to wrap the people up in the astral chain, Greg. To stagger them. Then you can go in and it's like really cool, stunning cinematics happen of you just fucking these people up. And it feels very rewarding when you can pull that stuff off. So Yeah,
Nice.
but I think it is just kind of like it's just such a solid game from a gameplay perspective that like I want to just keep going and keep getting in. It's like I do not care at all about what they're talking about and where the story's going, but the characters are fun. It's like what it's all building to, I have no idea, and it seems weird, but it's like everything they're saying is so over the top and so just cheesy and fun that I'm having a really great time with it. I'm interested to see when it's out. It's out in like 8 days now, and I'm interested to see when it's out in the hands of everybody of where it kind of falls. But I think people are going to dig it. Like I think that the people that know they're going to like this game are really going to enjoy it.
I still want to try it. The more you
gonna-
talk about it, the more I still want to try it.
It's cool. I just don't know if it's for you, Greg.
Okay, I
but
feel.
I think it's for a lot of people out there. Yeah. But yeah.
I want to play it. Just a matter of time, like so many games.
Yeah.
I had one final question on that was like, when you say you want to play more, is it just like it's fun to play, or is an example of the next thing you're trying to get that's on your
And
mind?
that's the thing that's kind
Is
of
it that
weird.
type
Is
of
like
game?
it is fun to play, but it's definitely not the like I can't wait for what's next. But whenever I'm playing it, constantly there's like I swear like every 15 minutes something bonkers happens. That's like that was cool. Like I want to see what the next one is, but it's not like I don't have a desire right now to like
Gotcha.
find out what's happening next. But it's like I do want to play because
just
it's
like
fun.
eventful.
Yes,
That's cool.
very eventful.
Okay.
Speaking of eventful things that happen in forests and stuff, Blair Witch, Greg.
Wow, that was the transition you wanted there. Yeah, I went and played the Blair Witch game. I was very excited.
I
Yeah,
can't wait
know.
to play that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, so you like a good horror game?
I haven't played other than Resident Evil 2 in a while, but
Yeah.
I've been looking for one. I saw that trailer at E3 and I was like, ooh, this looks great.
Sure.
I'm very curious to hear about it.
So I was talking about this earlier on Games Daily, right? One of the weirdest demos of my career, I think. Where before when they brought us in, you know, they had the little tent there and like little scary stuff. Ooh,
Scary stuff.
and then the producers started talking about what the game, you know, what the setup of the game is, which of course, you're Ellis, you're looking for a scared 9-year-old boy. This is happening in 1996. You're in the Black Hill Forest. You have a dog named Bullet. German Shepherd, very cool. Yes, you can pet the dog. It's a big deal. We'll get to Bullet because he's a main gameplay mechanic in a little bit. But they were like, you're going to play this demo right here and you're going to get like 5 chapters of the game. And I was like, oh man, it's a meaty demo, right? And they were like, well, not exactly. Like, you know how when you play a game at E3 or when they come and show us something desk side, a lot of times it's that vertical slice. Here's everything that's happening. Here's like the section of the game we feel encapsulates what we're doing or what we're talking about right here. This being so close to launch, right? August 30th, right around the corner. They brought, rather than a vertical slice, putting it all together, they brought like a sampler platter. So it was that I got, you know, the opening, not montage, the opening cinematic ride of like the driving through the truck in my truck, pulling up to where this kid's lost, listening to the radio about it, getting to the woods, the cop cars are all there, me, Bullet get out of the car. First person, if you haven't seen it, like in '96, so no technology. Went to a police car, grabbed a radio.
96, no technology.
People are hitting, like, you know what I mean?
Man,
There
the
was
Zach
stones.
Morris phone existed
They're hitting
back then.
stones together, making it. But then we walked into exploded on there, and it's like, okay, cool. This is a normal demo. I'm gonna get going. And then we walked into the woods, and then it faded to black, and then it came out of black and put me in a different scenario. And I played a little bit there, and then it went to black and came out of black, and then it was like, oh, this is a sampler platter. Since there's no easy, digestible, here's what the game would look like if you played it for 45 minutes to let show you everything. We're going to toss you around. Which?
Hey!
Yeah, that's what I mean. Which is fine for, hey, okay, cool. This is some of the mechanics you're going to do in the game, what environments look like and all that jazz. But then doesn't give me at all a feel, a vibe of what it is, how it's like setting the tone and the scariness and all this stuff. I left the demo stoked. I liked what I saw. I'm in the mood for a horror game, right? I'm already rocking the Halloween cup. I'm ready for some Halloween stuff to get going here and get scared. Obviously, I'm excited for Man of Medan, right? And all that jazz.
Yeah, next week, man.
I know, right? Right on the corner. So I'm the target market for this, and from what I saw, I was interested. So again, let's get now into the actual demo part of it, right? Because they do some cool stuff here.
Hold on. What is the game? You said it's first person.
Yeah. It's first person flashlight combat. And they were very clear, like
Luigi's Mansion.
they're like, listen, we know Alan Wake had a flashlight, and you weaken the enemies with it, and then you shoot them. They're like, that's not what this game is. And it's worth pointing out, right? This is Bloober Team, the people who made Layers of Fear, Observer. They know psychological horror. They know how to make a scary game. I like Layers of Fear #1 a lot. Never got around to playing 2 yet. It's the idea that you start off with most Blair Witch stuff of entering the woods. Your goal is to find this missing kid, but of course, suddenly you're lost and all hell starts breaking loose, right? Yeah. And so it's you and it's the dog Bullet. And the idea here is that Bullet is way less susceptible to the witch's shenanigans and curses, right? So like for the first part, like I said, we're wandering around, exploring, opening up stuff. Like I'm just here to help out. The cop's already in the woods, I think. So I'm like, great, grab the walkie-talkie, go into the woods. The next thing was way later, we had already been walking in the woods, and then all hell starts breaking loose, and it's running, and there's like crazy shit happening, and things are like falling over and attacking and scaring you. And then it was, here's the taste of what combat is in this game, right? Because again, they don't want you to feel empowered. You're not Alan Wake. You're not going to weaken these things and shoot them. You're just trying to survive and get away. And so it's actually a really nifty combat system of, I'm there and all hell's breaking loose, and like it was really I'm on the wooded path here, and then it's all like the stick trees, you know, from Blair Witch, and then in the trees are these like stick creatures that like I'm not getting a good look at, and they'll run out and they'll hit me, and the screen will start going red. And if I get, and he turns and he barks, and when he starts locking in and barking at something, I have to swing and turn my flashlight there as the thing rushes. You know, have the light on him long enough that he goes, and like turns to smoke or runs away or dashes away or stuff like that. So it's that idea in this one gameplay mechanic of combat on how to survive, how to get away from it. And then the next one was jumping me further ahead. It was another one we've come way deeper in now. It's for a while there it was environment being, you know, where the cop cars are parked. Then it was a strictly running mission. Then it was this fight on the wooded trail. This one was opening up to a far larger, like it looked like a logging facility kind of thing, where there was like, you know, a derelict logging thing over there. There was like some machinery over here. There was a split in the path. Which way do I want to go? And it was like going along the creek bed, I think, and then I actually, like, my shitty phone, I think it was, like, actually did ring, and I was able to talk to my, I guess, wife. Really creepy, not black and white, but like gray environments. It's like it's when you're in the woods,
It's a
like
little bit night candy.
coming up on, like, fall's already happened. You know what I mean? And now it's like that thing where it's like you're getting into winter where the pretty colors aren't there. It's just the skeleton like trees and like creepy stuff like that. And then the next part was, and I might be skipping one, but the next part was being in the witch's house, right? Being in the actual house. And so the other mechanic of the game is the camcorder. And again, they're like, we know Outlast has a camcorder.
Yeah.
We're not doing the exact same thing as them. Like the idea with the camcorder is interesting. Number one,
that was a huge part of the Blair Witch movies.
Right,
So
exactly.
They wouldn't be stealing that from
I know,
Outlast.
but you know how it is. You know how it is that they're just setting up they're like not lying. They're like, listen, we know other horror games have fooled around with this.
In a world where people think Harry Potter stole something from the Lord of the Rings,
Right.
I believe anything is possible on the internet.
Sure, well,
Greg.
I mean, Lord of the Rings, bad movies. We all know that. So you had the camcorder. The first section was when we were around the logging facility, right? And it would be like the door is locked, like in this one place. And so, but I feel like I need to get in there. I knew I need to. You explore around, you find a video cassette, and when you put the video cassette in there, right? It's like, you know, this guy's being chased. This stuff's happening, and what?
No, you find evidence.
Well, not even. What you do with the tapes augments the reality in the world. So, like, stick with me. I'm watching the tape, right? And it was the guy running into the building I needed to go and slamming the door and locking it, right? So if you rewind it and pause it when the door's open, you put down the camera to traverse the environment that way and get things you need out of that, which I think is a cool mechanic. Again, saw it in this one very specific instance.
In the bit that you did, like, how obvious was the solution? Was it as easy as like, oh, the door's open, door's closed? Or like, do you think that there's going to be more uses of this that are more like
It was pretty
puzzle
obvious.
elements?
I mean, they that's what they're pushing, right? Is that it is a puzzly kind of game. It is more about, it's not about combat, right? It's about avoiding this and trying to survive this thing. I think there's gonna be more of them, but I don't know how. This one was like, oh, right, the camcorder, and like I went around, found a tape, did it. But again, it's the first example they've shown me, so I don't know how much deeper it would be or how much crazier it would be. Then it was going to the witch's house, right? And it's that thing similar to the most recent Blair Witch ones, right? Where you can't look at her. If you look at her, she'll attack you or whatever. So it was the same thing of like, I was using the camcorder for night vision, but staring at the ground. And I think that it's been a while now since I did the demo, but I think there was like a blood trail or some kind of weird thing on there that I could only see through the camcorder. But it was very much like I had to look down and not like look at her, look around the house in case she did see me. And this is where they had more of the jump scares of like coming through and something smashes through the window at you, or like there's, you know, a door slamming behind you. And
Cool.
The vibe I got out of it totally is like, is it going to be a 10 out of 10? Probably not. I don't know. But it's also like, this is definitely a game I'm stoked for to sit down and play with all the lights off, right? After you put, you know, Jen goes to bed and I just sit there with Porty and play on the couch. Like,
did they say anything about it being in the world of the movies?
yeah, they did. I mean, they're very clear that this isn't based on the movies in terms of like their, right? Yeah, I think it's the same deal. Then it's like, yeah, this is the world, but
You'd think it being in 96, you said it would be. I mean, I think Blair Witch was like 99 or
99?
2000. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it seems like it might be set around then. If
Yeah.
because why else the 90s? You know, other
Yeah.
than the rock technology we had.
exactly that's how it was. You know, so, well, yeah, that's the thing of why, you know, I growing up I loved fucking hearing about these Bigfoot stories, Loch Ness stories. Now everybody's got a camera in their pocket. Guess what? We don't have these stories anymore
They're
because
out
they
there.
were never real. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
Nessie. Poor Nessie.
But yeah, I'm stoked for it. August 30th, PC and Xbox. It's on Xbox Game Pass.
So soon.
Yeah, real soon. Real soon.
And no VR support for this, right?
No.
Speaking of VR, though, Westworld VR.
Segue.
I went and saw Westworld Awakening as well, which is out now.
I did not know this was a thing.
Yeah, well, nobody did. It was the thing that I got the
Definitely
embargoed. Hey, do you want to come see a Westworld game? It's VR. I'm like, yeah, of course. It's Servios, right? Servios. That's how I pronounce it.
Okay.
Went downtown, went into the office there and did it. And it was like, not only did I get to play it for like, 30, 45 minutes or whatever, it was then I went and got to talk to one of the producers from HBO and then one of the guys working on the game. And it was the thing of like, cool, yeah. And I'm like, when's it out? They're like, oh, it's out like next week or whatever. It was like, they're like shadow dropping it at Gamescom or whatever, where it was just going to be boom, done, out, VR, Steam, Oculus, and Viveport. Not Oculus Quest, sadly, but hopefully eventually down the line.
Why would they do that though? It just got buried in the tidal wave of news coming out of Gamescom.
Right? Yeah. And they're doing something interesting too, where it's like it has like 400 VR arcades or something or using it as well. I was reading the press release
400?
today. Yeah, something like that.
Sorry, 400 VR arcades?
So
Yeah.
around the world, there exist places where you can go and play VR experiences and VR games. If you don't own a VR system, you can go in there and do specific ones. Like
Theaters
we
are
were,
doing this too, I think.
gosh, we walked by a Star Wars one recently. It might have been in the Glendale, in the Americana.
Okay.
Like, it's
You're
like-
talking about real world arcade. I thought
Like a
you were
brick and
saying
mortar
that in the
location.
Westworld VR game, you can go to arcades. and I was
that
like,
makes
there's
sense.
400
My
games
apologies.
in
My
the game?
apologies.
What?
No.
Got it. Okay.
Like you're out in the real world,
Yeah,
and then you
yeah,
see
yeah.
like a VR.
Stonestown has some bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. So I mean, they're doing something different with it. I think in terms of how they're getting out. Let alone, I agree that like I even having seen the demo of this right and was ready for it. I didn't see any announcement of it during Gamescom. I didn't see anybody
Yeah.
talking about it during Gamescom.
I saw.
not on my
I,
radar.
I must not be on their list or whatever. I've gotten nothing about this, and I love Westworld. I would have been all over this. Nope,
So wait, it
heard
is
nothing about
out?
it.
Yeah, it's out right now.
it's out.
$30.
And it's on which platforms?
It's on Steam, Oculus, and then Viveport.
Is it on Quest?
No, that was
Damn
that was
it.
my ask too. Yeah,
Can't
yeah,
play
yeah.
it outside, Andrea. Nice try.
You wish you could play it outside. You can't.
On a
I'm
horse.
opening up the press release here for you, Timmy Tam, so I can read
So
about
much
these
fun playing
400.
Beat Saber outside, though. You got the wind in your
Oh,
face.
Oh, yeah. It
amazing.
feels real.
Get it, like VR tan line.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. That's gonna be the new
Brand
thing
line.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be live in more than 400 VR arcades worldwide. It's download right now for $30. I am a robot. Is that what you said?
No, I said worldwide. But-
Mr. Worldwide.
Miss Worldwide.
Here's
But I'm
you
also a
hadn't
robot.
heard anything about it. Let me give you the actual boilerplate description that they
Please
gave.
do.
Set during the events of Westworld Season 2, Westworld Awakening is a narrative-driven, single-player stealth exploration experience played from the perspective of Kate, a host within the Mesa facility who has suddenly attained self-awareness and must undergo a journey of self-discovery to understand exactly what that means. To survive a dangerous underworld where no one and nothing is what it seems, you must take matters into your own hands and, using a QA, quality assurance tablet, manipulate the world around you.
Okay.
So,
Get the
Stealth.
stealth part now. She's trying to sneak out effectively.
Because Westworld Season 2 was just like all about the
didn't
body
finish it.
count. It
Yeah.
was just like bodies.
spoil it.
Everybody was dying every episode. It was gratuitous.
you should have watched it.
I know you're not.
Don't
I'm
spoil
going
it.
to. Season 3 is not till later. I'm savoring it.
Okay.
You know,
Well, I'm
it's
not
like a
going to tell
fine
you what
wine.
happened. It's not
showed me a lot of
surprising
people
that
die.
there's like
I'm just messing.
it's so much violence that it was like, to me, it ruined a lot of the actual storytelling.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I would
Gratuitous
really
violence.
wonder what you'll think about this game then.
Yeah.
Because so I went in. They didn't tell me anything other than a Westworld VR game, so I wasn't sure what I was getting into. So to get the headset on and get going, it was interesting to be in Kate's shoes of being a host. I thought you'd be somebody in Westworld, right? I thought we'd be doing something on that effect, but you're not. And so it opens with me as Kate going to this creepy house. It kind of gives like a Gone Home vibe of like there's like a storm rolling in, you're on the front porch and you need to figure out the puzzle of how to get in and where's the key. You get in, you're there to sign some documents from a lawyer or whatever, but as you go in and you explore the house, which is creepy enough, you find the lawyer dead and you're like, oh God, there's somebody else in the house. And that's when this stealth starts popping up, right? Of like, okay, I'm crouching down, I'm hiding, I have to peek over corners, I have to look around for the, murderer, like who's walking around with a big knife. Sure enough, though, he catches you. He kills you. you then wake up in, the Delos facility, right? You're sitting there, the people are there right in your face talking to you, or talking to each other while they manipulate you and talk about how the quest line isn't working and what they need to change and all the stuff you'd expect from the movies. Again, not knowing what I was going in for, it's always that thing of like, oh, it's a Westworld, like it's a licensed VR thing. Is it going to be good? I was really impressed with facial animation. It's something they talked a lot about. They're like, we know what Westworld is, right? We know we need to drive this home. And so they were like, we went through and did all the mocap you'd expect, and the performances are really good. And it was, this woman talking, staring at me and trying to fix me up, and then talking to the guy over there. But like, it was the things you'd expect of her, rolling her eyes, right? And a lot of non-verbal stuff to totally give off the fact that like they're in a tense, weird place anyway, right? That she doesn't really respect him. And it was that, again, the power of what I think VR does so well of, it's on my face, so I can't look at my phone. I can't check Twitter while this cutscene's happening. I can't get distracted by anything else. So I'm there in the moment, like staring in her eyes, making eye contact, seeing how she plays out. Anyways, you're then put back into the scene. This time it's a little bit different. The house is set up a little bit different. You find the body in a different spot. You need to hide a little bit longer. Eventually, though, the killer has a bigger knife. That was a joke they said when they were setting you up. And as he goes to kill you, 2 guests come in. They kill that guy, right? And then the guests start bitching about how like, this quest sucks. Like, why did you make me come on this? Yada yada yada. We can have something. The guest now kills the host, you, Kate. And so dead again. I'm assuming you'd probably do this a couple different iterations or whatever, but then my demo jumped to me waking up backstage, you know what I mean? Back in the Delos facility, and it is right from the game, or the show, where as soon as I opened my eyes, it looked like, I already looked like backstage, I knew that, right? But this time it does look like, obviously as a fan, it's happened. The uprising has begun. Like the lights are swinging, there's bodies all over the floor. It's like going on. You're trying to piece together what's happening. There's hazards of electrical cords going. You've got to get around them and not get shocked. But eventually, you get on the phone or the comms device with that woman who's fixing you up. She knows you. Kate's confused by that. But more impressive, and I know I just read it, I didn't expect it. You pick up that QA tablet from Westworld, and again, it's running just like you expect it to, and what it looks like in the show. And so it was really cool to be playing VR and like throw it open and use it to unlock doors. And eventually, I'm messing with hosts and changing their personalities and you having them do all this stuff. Yeah, exactly, right. And so I had a great time with it. I was surprised. I had really low expectations going in, I think. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what I was getting into, and that's helpful on these kind of things.
Because a lot of the licensed VR stuff has been mediocre at best.
Right. And so this was cool. It seems like a cool Westworld story. It is more like puzzly in terms of what they're doing. And like I said, stealth puzzly. Again, early goings of it, the puzzles were all not challenging, not brain dead, but it was very much like, the tablet's doing all the work, right? Of like, this electrical box doesn't work, but with it, you can hit this and scan the floor and follow it back to the junction box. And where's that thing that I need to put into the box and all this stuff. But I was still engaged enough that I left the demo being like, is it on Quest? They're like, no. I'm like, fuck. Because I would want to play this. I do want to play this, and I hope they get it there eventually. 4 to 6 hours, they're saying, 5 chapters. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Performance is critical. No shooting. That was my question. So eventually, do I pick up the gun? Do I go full Maeve and everything? They're like, no, you don't pick it. There's no shooting. It's puzzles and movement and stuff like that. That was one of the weird choices I had in terms of, I still want to play it. I still think they did a great job from what I played. The movement, it's not teleportation, and it's not like, obviously, I was playing on what? I guess I was playing on Quest.
The touch controllers?
Yeah, exactly. There's no like sticks or anything. So it was that I had to move my arms to move.
It's like super hot or not super hot. Is it called?
More like Sprint Vector. Vector. Remember that? But that even Sprint Vector, I didn't like it there. And this one, I didn't like it either because it just broke my brain and I wasn't doing it correctly. So a lot of times I was moonwalking. It's like, God damn it. No, hold on, restart, and then go, okay, fuck. And it was like, when I was running from the guy or trying to be stealthy, it was kind of annoying to start moonwalking away from, like, oh, fuck, this is what I want to know. Don't do it like this at all.
Smooth criminal, man.
But yeah, I thought it was cool. And I it's out right now, $30, you know what I mean? But I was impressed with the demo, and I do want to see more. I hope they get it to Quest eventually or bring it to PlayStation VR.
Nifty.
Yeah.
Or maybe I run into one of these 400 VR arcades around the world.
Yes.
Maybe.
Probably right at Stonestown.
They're popping off. Speaking of pop, Andrea.
Yeah.
Gears Pop.
God, he's on fire.
Yeah, so Gears Pop was announced at E3 last year when they unveiled Gears 5.
To thunderous applause.
I was super excited. I think it was split reaction. Some people were like, this is really cool. And then a lot of people were like, this looks stupid. And so it was announced, released today. I saw Rod Ferguson tweeting about it. And so I was like, oh, I want to go download this. This looks like super cute. And so I've been playing. It's definitely a strategy game. What I like about it, first and foremost, of course, is the art style. It's a collaboration with Funko Pop. So all of the characters are in that style of that Funko Pop little doll with the gigantic head style. And you recognize some of the characters. Yeah, they all have dead eyes. You get to customize your little Funko Pop, though, which is cool. So you get to see like the little Locust, you have your little Dom, your little Kate, and all the little characters. I haven't spent as much time with it as I'd like. And that's probably
is it
going
tower
to color
ish or like
so it's
plans for
it's strategy. So the way that the versus mode works is it's you and an opponent, and there's little cover across the field, so it looks like those little concrete barriers, and when you deploy a character, they'll like run up and take cover just like in Gears, which is kind of cute. And then part of the strategy of playing the game is taking cover at specific times, and then there's certain characters that are more tanky that don't need cover. You can deploy little swarms that will like break out into tiny little enemies that will attack. You have turrets at your base, not unlike in Horde mode. There is a co-op Horde mode in the game as well. I haven't gotten to it yet. There is a solo battle mode where you are given a challenge, like capture 50 pieces of cover in the mode or whatever the objective is for that specific wave. And there's definitely a lot to unpack here. My biggest gripe from the hour or so that I've played of the game so far, because it literally just launched today, is that the microtransactions are just right there in your face at the very front. And that's disappointing because obviously a free-to-play game is going to have in-game transactions. I'm not surprised by that. I play a lot of mobile games. I'm okay with that. What I don't like is that I barely got my toes in the water before they're like, here's all the stuff that you can buy. And I'm like,
so
ease me into it,
Is it stuff you need to buy, or is it cosmetic, or is it...
It's Funko Pops. You don't need to, but you're going to end up
It's hard to tell
Bite your
right
mouth.
now like how the monetization works. I just haven't spent enough time with it. And that might be something to do with the onboarding process as well. But if you go to the store, they've got like the welcome bundle. So there's specific characters you can unlock. So there's coins, and then there's crystals, and then there's a variety of packs of crystals you can buy, and then there's a variety of packs of coins that you can buy. So you buy the crystals with real world money, and then the crystals buy you coin stacks. You can earn both in-game just by playing. I don't know what the drop rates are for earning, if it's like super slow, which I would guess. The thing that I found frustrating is you earn these packs, like most games. When you win, you earn like a chest,
loot box,
like a little, a treasure chest of stuff. But I don't get to open it. It says it's going to take 4 hours and 19 minutes for me to open it, and it says, or I can pay crystals to open it now. Now, I don't inherently have like a bias against these. I'm like, I feel like all of them have them. I've just accepted it. I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, don't accept it, Andrea, rail against it. And I'm just like, I can't be bothered to be mad about it.
Is a lot,
but like
though.
at the very start of the game,
I feel like an hour
it is a free game,
fine.
though.
20 minutes is ideal.
when you're
There's
just
emoji
getting
blitz.
started, like
Don't
you
forget.
want to hook people on this game to get them to come back and want to spend, which is why I keep praising what Nimblebit did with Lego Tower, because they gave me so much stuff free up front. They got me hooked on the gameplay. I loved it, and I had absolutely no problem contributing and buying the things that I wanted to buy in that game because they gave me so much for free up front that I wanted to keep playing. Here, it just like is right in your face at the get-go, and it's like it's off-putting right away, and it will be to a lot of players. And it's just like such a stumble on a game that could be potentially really fun. And clearly they put a lot of care into the art style with Funko and taking all of these really iconic images from the Gears universe, these characters, these enemies. Like General Rom was one of the first people I faced off against. And it's just like, why you gotta like block me with all these microtransactions right from the get-go? It's kind of a bummer. Either make the game like $4.99, $9.99, whatever you want to charge, and open stuff up and then add deeper level cosmetics further in, or make this a little bit more user-friendly for the first like 2 to 5 hour experience, It's just,
just
kind
for-
of like a wah-wah moment for me.
And just for total clarity, since it is a free game, it sounded like you said ethically, you're like, well, whatever, it doesn't bother you. Is that accurate?
Yeah,
You said
no-
on the ethical side, that's not what bothers you.
Correct.
The design of it.
Correct.
Right?
I've
Okay.
never...
Like the pace, you're like...
People who watch the show and watch any kind of funny games content know that I don't inherently have a problem with microtransactions. It's just how they're implemented in specific games can be up and down the like egregious scale, right? Like I
Yeah.
talked about how I was very disappointed with how Dr. Mario implemented their microtransactions, and then Kevin's like, just get good and you don't have to pay for anything.
Sounds like Kevin.
And I am of the mindset that like it's okay to pay for stuff. I look at a game like Kingdom Rush, right? There's microtransactions in Kingdom Rush Vengeance, but you can have a super fun time playing that game, paying your $4.99 to unlock the game and play the whole game and never buy anything and have a
I
great
put
time.
probably 10 hours into that game and not a single cent besides
Yeah.
the
The
upfront.
entry price. And I think that's a really great way to do it, to say, hey, we're going to add extra stuff on top of the base experience for the person that wants it, to get like an extra hero or an extra cosmetic or to boost whatever. That's cool as long as it doesn't interfere with the base gameplay. And so far, this feels like
Little
I got hit with the
interfering.
timers right away. Even Candy Crush doesn't hit you with the timers that fast.
Does it still hit you with ads? It used to, right?
Candy Crush?
Yeah, didn't it have ads in it a long time ago when I watched? Anyway, I
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure.
I
that's
haven't
where
seen.
It did, but
I'm sure there are
that was a
games
long
that
time ago.
exist that way that you can pay to make the ads go away. I haven't seen a game like that in a while
Yeah,
because
that model died.
because a lot of players were just like, I don't want this.
Yeah, you'd
don't
rather
make games
spend
like this.
real money on game content than you would sit through
Correct.
some advertisement. I mean,
Right.
Ads. Rad.
Rad.
Getting them all, man. We're gonna
What's up with Rad?
So Rad is a game
You gotta be
that
stopped.
I talked a lot about at after Judges Week and E3. So this is a game from Double Fine, a great team over there. They hooked me up with a code for this game. I've been playing it on PS4. It launched this week, I believe, on
20th.
PS4, Xbox One, and Steam.
Yes.
And it's a 3D action roguelike set in the post-apocalyptic world where humanity has faced Armageddon not once, but twice. What's cool about this game is it's got this really neat like cartoon 80s aesthetic, both in art style and in thematic. So the music is very 80s, the narration is this like
Yeah.
Loading.
It's like an 80s arcade game. Also, synthwave type.
Yeah.
And there's also rock and
You're
stuff.
collecting cassettes. You're collecting big old
Floppy
floppy
disks.
Very
disks.
neon and colorful.
Exactly.
Floppies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the whole idea is that you're part of this young generation in this post-apocalyptic world, that you have to go into the radiation-filled area and you have to try to clean out the radiation to bring life back. And as you walk around in the world, you have like your bat, and then you collect radiation as you clear enemies and clear areas, and as you walk, you like leave this trail of like grass and flowers behind you, and it serves a dual purpose. One, it shows you that you're like cleansing that area, but then you can, if you get lost in the level, you can see like where you've been before because you've left this grass trail wherever you go. And then when you mutate by picking up X amount of rads, the mutations are all randomly generated, as are the levels and where the enemies are placed. And I thought that was really neat because it makes each playthrough, because it's a roguelike, you're gonna die a lot, different, because you'll mutate differently every time. And then once you have, I think there's 3 base mutations, and then once you have your base mutations, they will like have like up to 2 or 3 additional mutations on top of that. So for example, there's this little guy you can mutate onto your back that will shoot enemies behind you, and then when you mutate it a second time, it splits into 2 little guys, and then you can drop them as turrets. And that's just like an example of one type of mutation, but there's like hundreds of
bunch.
mutations in the game.
A couple of my playthroughs I had, I got the giant snake head, so I could from a distance like
Spit venom?
go out. No, not jump out and bite like a cobra strike.
Oh.
Like I could come and then come back, and then I also at the same one had fireball hands or whatever, where I could then strafe and shoot fireballs.
Yeah.
The flower trail that you have when you die and come back, are the flowers still there?
No, gone.
Because it's completely different setup.
The only thing you keep is if you've unlocked upgrades, you keep those unlocks. But if you've picked up floppy disks and tapes along the way and you die in the middle and you haven't gone back to the base to bank them, all gone. Roguelike, right?
Yep.
You die, everything's gone, you start over. And that's been the frustrating part because I'm
Yeah.
not a roguelike person.
Wait, you don't keep anything?
No.
If you bank your stuff, there's like an ATM thing you can bank
if you
your
get to the bank,
stuff.
because I was like, that's usually the progression.
And once you get to a specific level, you can bank in the middle of certain levels, but you have to upgrade to, it's like a platinum member, and I haven't quite figured out like how to increase my membership. But essentially it's like once you have progressed to a certain point, you unlock privileges to bank your money that you pick up. But until then, it's like,
Nice.
Live, die, repeat.
Yeah, that's my thing with it. I played for like an hour 45 when we first got codes, and I want to say that was 3 runs that I did. And I felt like I really like the moment-to-moment gameplay. I like the mutations. I like the baseball bat gameplay, right? Because you're just, running around. It starts off super simple, right? With like jump and attack, and then you start adding in the shoulder buttons for your mutations, and then you'll get like buffs and bonuses on top of that. I liked all of that, but then dying and going back and then coming back in and not feeling like I made any progress. Like, like Rogue Legacy, I always talk about it, how much I love Rogue Legacy, which is also why I love Moonlighter, right? Of like, you go in there and you come out with your stuff, or you send, like Rogue Legacy, you get money, you come out, you can spend it on upgrades, come in stronger. Moonlighter, granted, in a similar way, you can't die in there, but you come out with the stuff whenever you want to. Coming out and making myself stronger when I go back in is what I love. Is what I love in a roguelite, right? And so like when it's like a roguelike, it's like then it's like, all right, cool, I get it, but I just don't feel like I'm making the progression in this where I don't feel like I'm wasting time.
Right.
Like, I want to see changes. I want to see progress, and it's cool and the gameplay is great, but it wasn't enough for that. I was like, I need to play this again. Now, granted, we're drowning in games right now.
You weren't seeing enough progression. Just to be clear, that.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And they do have accessibility options for people that, like me, are like, hey, I don't want to keep dying all the time. So you can make the gameplay a little bit easier for yourself if you want that. Again, it's completely optional.
Yeah.
If you want to play the game as designed, you absolutely can. But even with those in place, I still felt like the game was pretty punishing, and because so much of it is random, right? You don't know which mutations you're going to get, and if you're more of a melee player and you get a ranged mutation, or if you're more of a ranged player and you get a melee mutation, it can really affect that particular playthrough. And there's really no saving in the middle. So it's kind of frustrating.
So interesting, yeah. If you guys remember, maybe you don't, I actually produced their launch stream for them. So I didn't get to play it, but I observed it from behind the cameras, and I got to talk to the developers. One, what I thought was interesting was on the settings side. I don't know, did you get to see it, the actual individual settings?
Yeah, I did. I can try to pull up the menu here.
But the light note on it is it's really interesting is they actually let you set quite a bit of things. It's not just easy and normal. They let you see underneath, the hood a little bit and say, well, I forget how strong your bat is and other things like that. I believe you can like tune, which is kind of cool that you can tune it to your style. The second thing that I don't think has been, maybe it probably showed up in some interviews, but I just happened to ask this question. And I was sort of like, what's the difficulty? How's it compared to things like Hades? Because I like Hades from Supergiant.
Yeah, I love Hades.
Which,
and Hades is another great example, right? Of when you come back and die.
A lot of progression.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You feel like you're getting
cool
stronger.
Stuff.
Yeah.
What I thought was really interesting about Rad and supposedly some of the different approach in the game, and maybe this makes it, I don't know if it's casual is the right word, but they actually said in this, it was designed that if you're good enough, and maybe the settings can help you with this, you can actually play it all the way through without dying. It's not designed like some of these games, what they said is they noticed that, with roguelikes, it's designed to die. They said actually in here, well, sure, you can do that, but actually you can just keep playing if you're good enough. I thought that was interesting. Did you feel that?
That was, I did. I mean, you and I had a private conversation, or not even private, off camera, which I consider private, I guess, where you're like, oh yeah, I've been having a hard time with it. And I had the exact opposite, where I was playing so long, but it was that weekend where I had food poisoning, where I was just sitting on the couch playing, and I was like, well, now I want to play something else, but I can't save mid-level. And so I was going to close the thing, and like, what do I do? Like, I'm still having a great run, but I want to
feel the progression as much.
Well, no, I felt the progression in that level.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Of like, I have all these cool mutations, I have all these cool abilities, I have a health thing ready to go. Like, you find the like banks of rads that you then eat, and like, I was doing great, but it was just like, I want to go do something else, but I can't leave, but I'm doing really well.
To save.
Yeah. And so I played a little bit longer, and I kept doing well. And I was like, just kill me. Because I wanted to go back and see even what I got to keep, and I got to keep nothing because I never banked anything.
So what's the recommendation on this? You guys sound like, I'm not sure.
This is very much if you are into this style of gameplay, if you are a roguelike fan and you're like, I love the challenge, I want something to give me a difficulty that I can feel, I think you're really going to like this. I think of that style of the 80s and like this neon cartoon vibe, and you love Double Fine's whimsical humor because it's sprinkled all throughout this game. It's a game with a ton of personality.
That's a good point.
I think that you'll really enjoy it. However, if you're, a little put off by roguelikes and that style of gameplay is like, hey, that doesn't sound fun to me, I would say if you're still interested, check out the accessibility options. I'll try to take a screenshot when I'm home next, and I can see them all in front of it to see if that's something you could do. But I mean, that's the trouble with roguelikes, right? Like, they're designed to be punishing.
But yeah, that was, I mean, when they did the launch stream, they spent, a good 10 minutes just talking about the importance of accessibility. So I know there's a lot in there.
Yeah, there is.
Listen, Fran, we understand they paid you for this launch stream. Right? Stop trying to come in here and sour our reviews.
How does that benefit? I didn't play the game. I'm not necessarily recommending it. I was just saying.
I didn't know you did that at all. Did you host it or did you just like behind the camera make sure it
I
worked?
just produced it for
Gotcha.
Bandai Namco. So yeah. Yeah, I've done a few things for them. So, you hate how I say Bandai Namco, but I'm sorry. I'm never going to not say it correctly.
It's fine. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I've never heard you. I've never heard you say it. That's why I looked at Tim because I know Tim loves nothing better than a good friend.
Y'all like Bandai Namco because they got a cool new game called Rad. Like I got to say Bandai. Is that what you want me to say? Bandai. All right.
Say it again.
Bandai.
No. Say it your way.
Bandai Namco.
Bandai Namco.
It's the more Japanese way of saying it.
Bandai. I'm not saying that. I'm saying Bandai. Anyway.
If you were
Trying to give you a transition.
to order
Here we
a
go.
banana
Here we
nut
go.
muffin, like how would you do that?
Sumo said, banana nut muffin.
God, I love you.
It's not the
it
whole
never
thing.
gets old. It never gets
I
old.
forget what I would like is.
Remnant from the ashes, Fran. I don't even have a
Ooh.
transition.
That
Now
was
this
a
is an
transition.
interesting one because this one's caught fire. I didn't know you'd played this yet.
Gunfire Games.
Thank you.
I got a little fist bump
We got
happening.
there.
So Gunfire Games, who you may or may not know, was born out of the ashes of some old
Okay.
There we go.
Vigil games and
Uh-huh.
THQ, the original THQ. We talk about THQ so much on the show and Games
Because
Daily.
nobody knows what they're doing.
They're doing everything. THQ Nordic.
Literally everything.
So actually, they developed, the history goes back to, of course, original Darksiders, but Darksiders 3, they did develop. I think it's worth noting, it's not like Darksiders, but you can see some of that influence. They also did Chronos. I don't know, did anybody play Chronos VR? I think it's Oculus
Yeah,
exclusive.
no, I really liked Chronos because it was one of those games that had a fixed camera point and you could like hot swap between where the camera was.
So yeah, I didn't play that. but
RPG, yeah. like
Point
a
of
third
interest,
person.
this is part of that world. Remnant from the
Ah,
Ashes.
interesting.
And so if you played it, apparently, and I didn't, my brother did, and he like got to an area, he's like, oh, this is from Chronos. So it's built around that world. In fact, there's these roots, and some of that's in Chronos. So anyway, what is Remnant from the Ashes? I looked at it, and immediately you sort of start thinking, this is Dark Souls with guns. So you're not jumping around doing a bunch of stuff. You start with like a sword or a melee weapon, and then you very quickly get like a pistol and a shotgun. There's a sniper. But you dodge, you constantly are, dodging
So it's
side
third
to
person.
side. Third person, yes. Action RPG. It's a third person action RPG, not with a focus on being a looter shooter. So it's not about getting a drop of a gun and is this one better than the next one. It is about getting your gun, slotting it with mods, getting a better gun, finding guns in the world or weapons and upgrading your weapons by earning really you get all this scrap in the world, which is effectively coins. You also get materials like iron. And so what's really interesting for me, I actually recently have been in a Dauntless. I think it's very much like it's like Dark Souls lighter. It can be punishing, mixed with a Dauntless vibe, because Dauntless was very much about get this armor, and it's got a different armor set. If you got a full armor set, you get full perks. I mean, it's Monster Hunter as well in that respect. So, but that's how I would best describe it. You spend a lot of time dodging enemies and really strategizing what your loadout is. And there's 3 different archetypes. I forget what the 3 exacts are, but there's like a hunter and more of a melee focused one, which is what I chose, and the one that's like right in the middle. So I really like the game. I'll say that much. The big thing though to note that I think is still a question is it, predominantly meant to be played co-op, or how does it feel single player? When I played it single player, I was like, I like this, but I felt lonely. I felt, general loneliness. It's just how I feel.
The general malaise of being alone.
But I just felt like, I don't know, there's a lot of enemies coming at me. This is kind of getting difficult. I'm constantly spinning around, and I'm on mouse and keyboard too. I think if you're not on mouse and keyboard, you're going to find spinning around in this game like pretty demanding if you're playing solo. Then I went in, I did some quick matchmaking, took a little bit on PC, but they're out there. But then I got a crew together that actually came out of my chat on Twitch, and I had a blast playing 3-player, and it was just everything felt tuned right to me, and I really just fell into the world and was like, let's get some more scrap. And when you get to the big bosses, so if you saw there, they have this huge, damage bar above them. It's a big difference versus these like small enemies, and that's when it turns Dark Souls on you.
Yeah.
It's very suddenly, it's punishing. You'll see the "you are dead" screen a lot. You definitely can have buffs like there's a lot of things that start to happen. You might get poisoned, so you better have your potion so you can get the poison off of you. You might start bleeding. You actually have to use bandages to stop your bleeding. It's like profuse bleeding when you start bleeding. It also has the reset mechanic from Dark Souls when you go to the campfire, and everything resets the world around you. And so you get, they're called Dragon Hearts. If you look on screen, that LB in the bottom right, well, it was the Dragon Heart. So you start earning charges effectively of how often can you refill your health in full. So anyway, long story short, I think if you're a fan of those types of game, it's a lot of fun. And I mentioned that they developed Darksiders 3 because you can feel the polish. I think it's Unreal.
Oh, yeah.
It runs well. I am on PC, so I can't speak to console. Yeah, IGN gave it an 8, noticing as we watched the footage. So it seems like it's well liked by a lot of people.
Yeah, I've seen. It seems like all of a sudden everyone's tweeting about it. I saw a whole bunch of people today being like, "This is on my game of the year list now." Or
Wow. It looks a lot better than when you were first telling me about it.
Exactly.
so.
I think the name and just one of these that, you're like, what? Wait, what is this? Like, I'm not sure. It's got one of those names you're like, I don't know. And I think in your mind, you're like, it's another one of those PC games that has a dark gothic look that you slash and shoot stuff up. And it's like, it runs okay. But no, it's actually pretty polished. And again, from a team that has some notoriety. The other cool part about the game is that, as I understand it, because I read about this on their site, so hopefully I get this right, when you're playing each world, one mechanic you can do is you can always re-roll your world. Re-rolling the world apparently changes, I think, some of the bosses and things that are appearing for you, but you're in these stages, so you can re-roll that at any time you keep all your stuff like New Game Plus. But also, I think as you're within these worlds, you just might get a random boss that someone else doesn't. So the experience is different as you play through it between different instances and stuff. So it's got a lot of that replay value in that sense.
What's the narrative like? Is there like a central
That's a great
story
question.
happening?
There's actually a ton of lore in the game. Now, some of that is through character dialogue at the home base, but you basically have this Walking Dead kind of vibe where you show up at a camp. I think, they rescued you as you were helping rescue someone else, and you get back to the camp and you're the new person. You can create your own character, so you can choose whatever gender or type of person that you want. But anyways, you get back to camp, you start talking to people and unraveling like what is going on here. And actually, one of the guys sounds like Dave Fennoy. If you can Google, is Dave Fennoy? His name's Reggie. This one of the NPC characters sounds like him, but they actually have some pretty good voices. You talk to different characters and they start telling you stories of like, I lost my wife and I haven't seen her. And in fact, some things happen like, she had this ring, and you'll find the ring in the world. You bring it back and that progresses actually that conversation. He'll actually, in that case, you get something for it. Oh, I didn't even mention you have traits on top of all this. So you have weapon mods and weapons that you're upgrading with points, but actually you have this system, and this is your main leveling up system. You start with a few traits like my health, how fast my stamina recharges, basic stuff. But then you start getting other interesting ones, how fast your mods might recharge, or you might get more experience, and you're putting points as you earn your level ups into all these different traits. And so anyway, back to the lore. There's a lot. There's computer terminals that have full just page after page of emails and system logs. There's also diaries laying around. There's a lot of story in there. I was quite surprised. I'm not much of a lore guy, so I didn't read a ton of it. But the short of it is these roots, and I don't know the source of it, these magical root creatures have pretty much overtaken the world. It's an apocalypse, and you're in this Walking Dead-esque camp, and some people have pretty much given up hope. But now that you've arrived, and there's someone else there that also kind of was a badass, basically. And now there's 2, right? And then there were 3, and it sort of is that type of thing. And you're going to hopefully defeat these roots. So, and it seems like there's a lot of hours in this game. I probably played for 5 or 6, and I feel like I haven't scratched the surface.
Dave. That's Dave.
That's
Yeah,
Dave.
That's Dave. Right.
Dave is Reggie. Good. So, I knew right away. I was like, that's Fennoy.
Yeah.
But so Fennoy's in it. There's some other probably notable voices. It seems
Nobody
really nice.
more notable than him. Right?
Nobody more notable than Fennoy himself.
So I have something fun planned. But first, I want to tell you about our sponsors. Now here's the fun thing. You can go to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames to write in your questions, comments, concerns, or game ideas for the Kind of Funny Games cast. Just like Mick Olmstead did. We're bringing back an oldie but a goodie for this, Kev. Can you please?
It's mobile game or bullshit. It's mobile game or bullshit. Jay's gonna read some stuff and we'll think you either it's over me or not. Jay, ready?
So
my
here's the
favorite
deal.
theme song.
Mick
I
Olmsted
was not
writes
ready for
in,
this.
says, long-time listener, recent Patreon subscriber. First of all, thanks for all of the hours of great content. One of my favorite segments was when Jared Petty, RIP, would do mobile game or bullshit. In celebration of Greg being a Pokemon master,
That's
I
me.
thought I'd put together
That's
2
why he
games
is.
of mobile game or Pokemon. Don't know who will want to be the host or whatever. I'm going to host it. I won't be playing. They'll be playing. And we'll do this. So we're going to have fun. There's 2 different games. We're going to do one of them today.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Fast
Oh, yeah.
mention.
Greg Miller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
So
Greg-
what? So now it's gonna be: is this a Pokemon or is this a
So
mobile game?
here's the deal. I'm going to name 11 different things.
Okay.
Okay.
Shit. All right.
11 different words.
Is there a
you
daily
need
double?
to decide. No.
Okay.
You need to decide, is the thing that I name a Pokemon or a mobile game?
Got it. Got it.
Okay.
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 I did just want to mention that Gree came out for mobile, by the way. If you never played Gree, check it out on mobile.
Okay.
Figured to slide that in there.
Slide it
It's a really
on
good game.
in.
It is a very good game.
Oh,
Gree came out
Gris.
for mobile.
Gris. I got it. All right.
Gree,
Cool.
sorry. Yeah. It means gray, I think.
Number 1, Scatterbug. Is Scatterbug a Pokemon or a mobile game?
I'm going mobile game.
Andrea says mobile game. Frank,
Mobile game.
I am saying Pokemon.
Number 2, Tora Cat. Tora Cat.
Pokemon.
Andrea says Pokemon. Frank,
I was also going to say Pokemon.
I'm saying mobile game.
I like this. I'll just pick
Snakebird.
the opposite.
Snakebird.
Mobile
make
game.
Andrea says mobile game. Fran,
Likewise, mobile game.
I am saying mobile game as well.
Number 4, Ancora. Ancora.
Pokemon.
Fran,
Pokemon.
I've definitely heard this. I
I'm
think I
saying
screwed this
Pokemon
up.
as well.
Number 5, Talion.
Pokemon.
Talion.
I'm saying Pokemon.
Yep, also saying Pokemon.
Cheater.
Number 6,
Anything that sounds like a Pokemon, I'm going to say that.
Zacian.
Can I get it spelled?
Z-A. Z-A-C-I-A-N. Zacian.
Mobile game.
Pokemon.
Yo, crazy. Exactly. Pokemon.
Number 7, Polystar.
That's a mobile game.
That's the first one that I'm like, maybe this one's a trick. Polystar.
Polystar.
I'm saying Pokemon. Ooh. I haven't run into a Polystar. I'll tell you right now. I haven't run into any
I'm gonna-
Polystars out there, but I don't know.
am going to go with a mobile game on this one. Andrea and I have the same read on these. It's just coincidence.
Cheater.
All right. Number 8, Virexion.
Spell it.
V-I-R-E-X-I-A-N. Virexion.
Can you use it in a sentence?
No, don't. It'll give it away.
This Pokemon's named Virexion.
I'm going to go mobile game.
I was also going mobile game.
Yeah, I'm gonna do mobile game too. That's a tough
If you
one.
don't
though. That's
believe
a
me, you
tough
can
one.
have me go first
That's a
and
tough
see
one.
if she chooses the same.
Number 9,
Yeah, you go first this time.
Wooloo.
Wooloo.
W-O-O-L-O-O. Wooloo.
Mobile game.
That definitely sounds like some Pokemon bullshit.
All right. We flipped the script. We broke the curse has been broken. Nah, Wooloo's like a mobile
I'm saying
game,
mobile game.
where you throw like balls at things and there's water.
Fair.
And there's water.
There's water.
Number 10, Lunatone.
What is it?
Lunatone.
Lunatone.
I'll start this time, and I'm gonna say it is
Painted
a
my
mobile
room that
game.
once.
I'm also going mobile game.
Lunatone. It's very somber. I am going with a Pokemon.
Did you catch 'em all? Caught a Lunatone.
Number 11, the final one, Zigzagoon.
Zag.
Pokemon.
Is that all one word, Tim?
Yes.
G-O-O-N?
Z-I-G-Z-A-G-O-O-N.
Zigzagoon.
You said Pokemon. Fran?
Zigzagoon. Hey guys, I caught a Zigzagoon. Can you believe it? Did you guys try Zigzagoon? It's on the store now.
Oh, is it on Android?
I'm working with this now. Did you try Zigzagoon? Yeah, that's a. Did you try Zigzagoon? I'm gonna go with Pokemon. That's a tough one.
That is a raccoon-looking motherfucker. Pokemon.
There's a brand
I've
new
seen that
Pokemon.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
I didn't have
he's
to,
a new
wait for that one.
gen.
I've
Not
seen-
bad, dude. Zigzagoon's old school.
I've caught some zigzagoons
Oh.
in my day.
Yeah.
It is
yeah,
Pokemon.
yeah. So,
Yeah, we got it.
all right. Now let's give the answers. Thank you for this, Mick, by the way. Great. Number 1
Scatterbug.
is a Pokemon.
Goddamn right it is.
Scatterbug is a Pokemon.
Fuck. Okay.
Number 2
Torracat.
is a Pokemon.
Yes.
Number
Torracat.
3.
So sorry. Right now, I got Scatterbug right. They got it wrong.
Yeah,
Torracat,
yeah.
I got wrong. They got right.
Number 3.
Uh-huh.
What? Can you read it?
Snakebird.
Mobile game.
We all got that right. Everybody has 2 right now.
Number 4.
Ancora.
Mobile game.
Damn
We
it.
all got that
Dang, we
wrong.
all-
We
I
I thought I got a press release
bought
about that too.
Pokemon on
I
that.
fucked that
Number
up.
5.
Talion.
Mobile game.
Really?
Oh,
We
damn.
all got
Oh,
that
man, I
wrong.
thought we all got.
Talion.
Are
I
you
thought
sure there's not a Talion Pokemon?
Number 6.
Tim knows.
Zacian. Zacian.
Zacian.
Pokemon.
Shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right,
just
they got it
lost
right.
them.
I got it wrong. So it's now
Andrew and I
3,
tied, I think.
2.
Number 7.
Is that the new legendary?
I don't know. Number 7.
Polystar.
Polystar. Mobile game.
Oh, good. See?
Fuck, they got it again. It's
Poliwag and
2,
Poliwhirl
4.
are Pokemon.
Right now, I have 2.
Poliwrath.
Fran and Andrea tied with 4 because Fran cheats.
Number 8.
Dude, Talion is a Pokemon.
In your face.
Oh, we have a technicality, everybody.
This is why we can't trust people who doing
that
mobile
means
gamer
we have to
bullshit that
take
isn't
Talion.
Jared.
You know what? It doesn't matter though.
No,
Like,
we all said it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's neutral since we all said it. So the good news is,
Mike, you're fucking
can
me
take
here.
we could add a point on if we want.
Kevin, you better start
We
watching the
should.
chat. People are going to be freaking out that what other Pokemon has Mike gotten wrong. This is the problem with why we can't crowdsource mobile gamer bullshit.
This is a big problem
sacred
here.
thing.
This is a big
This is
Let
a
me try to go to the
sacred thing.
Pokedex
You're
just
sure
to be
Italians
sure.
are-
Let me
Yeah,
go to
are
the
we
Pokedex
sure?
to be sure.
Thank you for checking because I could've sworn-
Talion.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Just add a point, right? To everything. 355.
So number 6 then, we already did that.
So it must be a nickname from a specific region that's not showing up in the official Pokedex.
Oh! All right. We're saying it. We're just
Yeah,
sticking
hold
with
on,
this.
let's keep going, and
It's
then
wrong.
we'll
2,
get
4,
to the
4.
bottom.
We
Because
all
we
had
all
the
said the
same
same thing,
answer
so it
anyway.
won't matter.
So it's a moot
But
point.
the audience demands to know.
They do.
They demand.
And then what number are we on, Greg?
Right now, I'm on number 8. Vixian.
It's a mobile game.
We all said mobile game.
Hoo-ah! Here's where
Number
Andrew and
955
I,
is where
this
it is
the,
right
This
now.
is the one.
Number 9.
Wooloo.
The next two.
Wooloo
Yeah.
is a Pokemon.
Yes!
Dang it!
A new
I knew that was some
Andrea
Pokemon
takes the
bullshit.
lead.
Andrea charges ahead now. 6
But
to Fran's
the
5
next
to my
one,
3.
we chose different, so I could tie her again on this
Number
one.
10.
Yeah.
What is it?
Lunatone.
Lunatone.
Pokemon.
Fran
Yes!
got
Oh, we're
it.
tied.
Let's
We're
go.
tied. We need a tiebreaker.
So yeah, that brings it to 6 for each of
tied.
them. But then we all got this right. So
There we
final
go.
scores then are 4,
Wait.
7, 7.
Wait, what was Zigzagoon?
Zigzagoon's a Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
he's a raccoon-looking motherfucker.
Oh, he already revealed.
Well, I
that.
got clowned out on the return to mobile gamer bullshit, and I don't like that. But now we need a tiebreaker. It's
4, 7, 10.
between Fran and Andrea.
He's. Do you have a tiebreaker ready?
I mean,
look up weird ass
yes.
Pokemon names.
Hold on, I can do
That's
one
what I
more.
Wait, I guess that's too easy.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Well, no, because then it's just here's the thing. Well,
I can do one more. I can
Yeah.
do one more.
Don't look at the fucking computer, Fran. I see you trying to cheat.
I don't cheat. I'm not a cheater.
All right. Lanota.
Spell it, please. Full spelling.
Lanota. Lanota.
Lanota. Yo, guys, I just caught Lanota. Can you believe it? Hey, you guys should really try Lanota out. It's pretty cool.
Sounds like a game.
Try Lanota.
I lost though badly, so don't listen to me.
Call Lanota. I'm going with Pokemon.
Okay.
I want to go with Pokemon too, though.
Well, don't.
I mean, you don't regret it though. I don't want to hear any. Well, I just chose different because I
Yeah,
wanted
that's a
to
good
make
point.
it.
Yeah.
She wanted you want Pokemon. Well, it's your card.
Yeah,
Yeah, Pokemon.
It sounds
Both
like a
wrong.
Pokemon.
You're both wrong. It's a mobile game.
What kind
So
of
we'll
mobile
do
game
another
is that?
one then.
All right.
We'll do
You
another
answer first
one.
this time.
Okay.
We're gonna go back and
Sure.
forth here until we get it.
Oh, okay.
Crowdsourcing from Barrett Court.
Okay. Nexomon.
Nexomon.
That's a mobile game.
NEX.
OMON.
One word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say mobile game too. It's unfortunate. Great
that
minds
is a
think
mobile
alike.
game. That was good. That would have got Nick
Next one.
Scarpino
Here's
so
what happens.
hard.
Here's what happens.
Next.
It's unprecedented. I know. Dipping second one.
That's what I've been doing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, how do you have the
Well, he
fucking
just had a
thing?
good one with Nexomon. But yeah, no. Okay, I'm gonna do one more from here.
We're
Then.
gonna have to play rock paper scissors at this rate because Andrew and
Probably.
I are probably gonna agree on a lot based on the way this
Well,
went.
if you would stop cheating, you know.
Okay,
we
okay,
agreed
okay.
on 80%
Here we
of the
go.
choices. It's just how it is.
Zombiddle.
Ooh, Zombiddle.
Zombidle.
Zombiddle?
Zombiddle.
That's a mobile game.
That's definitely a Pokemon.
There we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Primary Bell is the winner.
Damn
I'll
it!
tell you why. It sounded like a Pokemon. I'm like, there's no zombie Pokemon.
Yes, there
there is.
are. Yes,
Are
there
there?
definitely
Yeah, well,
are.
God, it's good that I thought that.
Game or bullshit. It's a mobile game or bullshit. Jay's gonna read some stuff and we'll pick you up if it's over game or not.
Ooh.
So there we go.
Good final
But
choice,
wait a
Jared
minute.
Petty.
So this Italian Pokemon thing,
Yeah. But
I'm really confused.
yeah, why does it show up in some places? It's got a picture and everything.
It did, but I can't find it on. I can't find it on the Pokedex.
So hold on. I think that this is somebody's original creation.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Open
Very
a
weird.
Pokemon Go. It'll have the answer. for
Yeah,
you.
if it's not in the Pokedex, then it's not.
Yeah, if you
canon, right?
Google Talion Pokemon, there's only one image of him.
Mm-hmm.
That's some drawn bullshit.
By the way, is it the end of our content gaming discussion stuff on the show?
Yes.
Yeah, thought so. I was just going to say, I played more Rebel Galaxy, wanted to throw it again. I really am still digging it. Check it out. A lot of fun. A lot of grind in that game.
Rebel Galaxy Outlaw.
Not a Pokemon.
Not a Pokemon.
Really fun.
Not
Going to be a great,
mobile
I
game
think,
either.
Switch game if it runs well, like I said.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Kind of Funny Games cast this week. Thank you very much, Mick, for the return of Mobile Gamer Bullshit. We'll be back again, probably. If you guys have good ideas, please go to patreon.com/kindoffunny. Give us more mobile game or bullshit answers. God, there's a lot of weird named mobile games. They're just out there. They know
Yep.
what they're doing.
Over 300,000, Tim.
Yeah, man, and more to see.
We got to
be a
get
Pokemon master. I'm
the old
Destiny.
Apple crew to come in and play this game.
Yeah.
Bozon, Matt Caspacina, or Craig, or Charles.
See
that
if
would
they
be a
know
fun
anything.
Because they're supposed to be the experts.
Yeah, in mobile games.
And bullshit.
We'll
Actually,
have to
Craig
see.
Harris would be the best because he knows both worlds.
Yeah, he
that would be
does.
an amazing guest as Craig Harris.
We're going to do the post show for Patreon people. If you are a Patreon person, just remember to go back and watch this episode, the public version, on Monday, because there's going to be a much longer thing that's in the beginning that we can't talk
A
about
review.
yet.
An
It's gonna be
embargo to
good.
review.
Yeah.
Big content.
Embargo and review.
One
All
game.
right. Love you. Post show time.
Death Stranding.
I'm gonna let Barrett take my seat once we're done with the
Fantastic.
post show because I'm flying out tonight.
Cool.
Oh, my.
Sounds
So he can just sit here and do the review with you guys.
Love that.
Enigmatic
It's Barry
says-
Courtney or bullshit. It's Barry Courtney or bullshit. Jared fell off the face of the earth. No one saw him again. Where'd he go? He's eating ham.
I was texting
Enigmatic
with him
says,
today.
FM3 pulled out at the end. Always do, man.
Always.
Count
do.
on me.
Oh my God, Fran.
That's what she said, Fran.
Damn.
post-show.
Kebab says no reader mail. I want to try to
that we
alternate
never do
between
reader
doing
mail.
reader mail or doing a mobile game or bullshit game or something.
Or a
Some
fun segment,
stuff.
yeah.
Fun
Yeah.
segment. That's what we do. Mark Freeman says, I miss Jared so much. Damn Google.
Yeah, he's making that.
I was gonna
that
say he
Skrilla,
doesn't
though.
miss the kind of funny paycheck. Though, I'll tell you that.
Andrew, have you heard of Fleabag on
awesome.
Amazon?
I have
Miss Yasmin?
heard. Yes.
So good. So
Yeah.
good.
Now that I've made it through the new season of Queer Eye, I'm ready to start another show. But we just started watching Succession, actually.
Man, I don't know how you guys
Session's awesome.
Yeah.
play all these games and watch all these shows. I still got to watch Westworld season 2.
No, I'm behind
You
on my
can't
games
fall
though.
behind. If you fall behind, that's what gets you.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
it's I have to watch this session, or whatever the HBO Sunday show is once a week, no problem. When you stack shows up and there's 3 episodes, it's fucked. It's over. I can't do
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Ignacio Rojas says, I'm going to be so sad when Andrea will also be dead.
Me too.
Yeah, me too, man. I don't want to die.
She's not going to be dead to us. She'll be back.
It's true.
Sounds
I'll be
like you
back.
wanna be
Back,
dead to
dummy.
me.
You'll
Yeah.
be back. What?
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 30 Rock. Sorry. I don't think you're a dummy.
Thanks.
It's fun. You never nobody watches 30 Rock?
I play a lot of games. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Barrett
love
knows
30
what I'm
Rock.
talking
30
about.
Rock is great.
You'll be back, dummy. It's Dennis. Liz is terrible.
Best
boyfriend.
ex-boyfriend.
Liz.
So
oh.
bad. It's like one of the best.
Drew Baca says, Greg, are you still playing DCUO? They're dropping DC metal content tomorrow.
I am not. DC Universe. I mean, that's like I wasn't. DC Universe Online. Obviously, was that game that came around in the perfect time there for where we had that like week
Little lull.
waiting for some stuff, and then the stuff came. And so now my dance card is full of things I'm playing that I'm
Dance
going to
card.
review on this thing for Monday, things I need to play for next week's show now, things I need to wait to play with Jen, things I need to get off the docket before the next thing comes.
Been grinding Destiny, trying to catch up, getting everything. I mean, I'm so excited about it, Greg. I mean, you've played so much at this point.
Dude,
They don't
I'm gonna
even
try
know.
to, you're going to try to pull me back in. You're all going to try to pull me back in.
Because it's crossplay now.
I know.
I can totally just hop over. It's
yeah,
I'm so happy.
Cross progression, right?
Wrong
Yeah.
word. Cross
Yeah, yeah, just
save.
make sure- yeah,
Cross save, cross progression. Yep. Which just went live the other day. If you haven't linked your accounts, give it a shot. If you have multiple games and multiple accounts.
I will when my Google Stadia arrives.
Nanobiologist says, "What do you guys think the secret Disney project that's getting announced today is?" I don't even know what you're talking about.
Spider-Man.
I'm trying to look it up.
Fern Gully bullshit. Nobody cares.
Wait, is this a game?
You hush your goddamn.
I haven't
mouth.
heard this news. The game
Yeah, I
or-
don't know.
Is it a game or a movie? We don't know.
I don't think people know.
I
It's
would
so
assume it's
secret,
Disney
only
Plus.
nanobiologist knows.
If it's not a game, I'm gonna guess Disney Plus stuff.
But if I googled secret or Disney secret project, and there is a lot of discussion. D23 is happening starting tomorrow, or is it
Disney
today?
Plus.
Kebab says, do you guys prefer the Nintendo ABXY layout or the Xbox ABXY layout? I prefer Xbox. It's because
Yeah.
you're a man of taste.
Xbox, undeniably.
Be on the left side. We've had this discussion
Nothing
too.
breaks
It's-
my brain more than trying to use the
it's-
Switch. I'm like,
Controller button layout.
The way they're reading
the
Japan as
definitive
well, it's-
controller button layout is PlayStation has it best because they have just the unique,
Yep.
the sacred symbols. Let's leave it there. Call it a goddamn day. Everyone else should use the same things. Triangle is the top button. No questions, no confusion.
fair. It's true.
I actually do
Tim
prefer
Gettys
the,
2020.
I find the symbols were the easiest to memorize. So. But the triggers on Switch and Wii, I mean, man, those are the best.
Yeah, they sure were. They
ZR
sure were.
squared is
I
your.
hate that shit when they still do
your-
that. They'll do it in demos.
NR
They'll do it in
cubed?
demos now. I'll be like, all right, hit ZR. I'm like, what? R2? You
You
mean
gotta
R2?
use the C stick for that. So confusing, Nintendo. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Ha ha ha. Nanobiologist says there's a media event tonight and they're revealing what the secret project is. Then they have an hour-long panel on Saturday.
Interesting.
But is it a movie, game?
I think it's a park thing, park-related announcement.
Kebabs was right. The Ouya letters were so stupid.
I didn't remember what
Really, they were Ouya, right? Wasn't it Ouya? I was like, this.
Pretty clever.
I get it. It's kind of obnoxious.
Caspel says there's no Fern Gully without Robin Williams. Was Robin Williams in Fern Gully?
He was Fern Gully.
I hate you so much.
You remember when the tarantula came out? That is what
hate
he
you.
rode.
I hate you.
Fern Gully rode the
When he-
tarantula.
Fern Gully. Ah! Tarantula.
I remember nothing about Fern Gully.
Yeah, it's clear.
I think it was a reskinned Tinkerbell, right?
Does anybody
stuff.
know Dragon Ball Z stuff?
The music in Fern Gully was done by Alan Silvestri. He was Batty? That makes so much sense.
Tim's mind is blown.
Dude,
Fern Gully
my
is
mind's
so
been blown
good.
so much today. Do you know Brenda's song is with Macaulay Culkin? How?
Who's Brenda Song?
Yeah, I don't know who Brenda Song
Fern
is.
Gully is basically
how to
Avatar
explain
before
it.
Avatar.
Is she a porn star?
No, Brenda's song
Yeah,
is
but
like
then wouldn't
is
Fern Gully still be
one of the
Pocahontas
OG
after
Disney stars.
Pocahontas?
Google
Because
Brenda
that's
Starr
also
for
what
me, please.
Avatar is.
Brenda
basically.
Song.
The core story.
I mean, different because like the thing about Avatar being related to Fern Gully, it's very much like they're coming in to mine a specific resource.
I've never seen Fern Gully, so I
Whereas
have no
like
context.
like
Oh, they're actually
Pocahontas is
mining a
like
resource?
we just want to take over all of your land. Like we don't
Right.
even want to like make peace with you. We just want your land. We're
Fern
coming
Gully
in.
had some scary ass shit going on with the Toxic Love song. That sludge monster.
If you said Fern Gully, is it a mobile game or Pokemon? I would have not remembered it was a movie. That's how lost I am on this. I would have been like
Tim
mobile game.
Curry was in it? What?
You were a kid. You didn't know. You know.
No, man.
Tim Curry.
Tim.
Yeah, he
God.
was. He was the sludge.
Overacting, I'm sure. Which is good.
Man. Can you bring up the chat?
I want to know what other voices are in Remnant from the Ashes now. Because if Fenoy's in it, I think they have another big hitter in there. Got to.
Oh yeah.
Nasir Ross says, Tim, would you
Fenoy.
say Kingdom Hearts is one of your top games of the year? No.
What are your
Too
top
much
games?
bullshit. RE2 for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking
Devil
about
May
this.
Cry.
I struggled-
Capcom, man, it's their year.
Yeah.
Cap Gods.
Sekiro. Right, Barrett?
Oh.
Didn't you play Sekiro?
Party. Just a
No?
party.
No.
Oh.
I like went to the preview event, really liked it.
Yeah.
And I think
That's
when
what
it came
was.
around,
You
it
played
was just
some,
like,
but
I don't know. There's
yeah.
other stuff going on.
I still have to beat it, but it's a pretty amazing game.
Ignacio Rojas says, speaking of Zach and Cody, Greg, remember how one of the twins was a fan of yours? No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
What? Interesting.
Just lost on everything Fern Gully.
Bye, Andrea.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Flying to La La Land.
I'm gonna go get my keys.
Yeah.
Very
Yay.
exciting.
That's
Super
fun stuff.
exciting.
Thanks.
Have a great flight. No
See you
delays.
guys next week.
Bye.
You will.
See you then.
Barrett, you can take my seat.
Okay.
Have fun.
Yeah, Barrett, you can just take that seat and sit over there if you want. Joking. Barrett's the best.
Good play on words there,
Yeah, I
Fran.
didn't get to see his face on camera.
I would say one of my favorite games this year, surprisingly, Division 2.
Yeah, hell yeah, you
Oh,
will.
nice.
I didn't ever get to the end game content, but I feel like the amount of time I spent with that for like a solid 2-3 weeks, I absolutely loved. It was similar to Destiny 2, where it's like I didn't play much after the very first raid, but that time I had with it, the initial time I
you
had
did
with
the
it,
raid, though.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
It's a good one. Leviathan.
it's the only raid I've ever done.
Oh, wow. It's fun. Different than many others, but fun.
All right. Well, we are going to wrap this one up.
We still have
that
more
we
work
can
to do,
record the other
do indeed.
stuffs. But thank you guys for joining us this week. Remember, watch the public video when it goes live on Monday for the surprise review. Bye.
It's not a surprise. You can probably figure it out if you think about release dates.